So welcome to Portals to Ascension. This presentation is about the reintegration of ultraterrestrials with Earth and humanity. What you have before you is a design that I've been requested by the High Spiritual Council. And when I speak about the High Spiritual Council, it is an intelligence, a grouping of intelligence that does not necessarily have a physical embodiment. They are the overseers, of a sense, to this whole galaxy. You hear me say the word galactic because we are children of the Milky Way, children of the Sheshata. If you want to say that, Sheshata, Milky Way. So they see us as one tone, one grouping, and Earth and our solar system is within that. They have been here since the very beginning. So we have the Radiant One, we have the Prima Ultras, which would be the right hand of creation. And then we have the High Spiritual Council. And their reach and their intelligence is throughout all creation and all dimensions. We are blessed to have this connection, and I just honor them. They have proven themselves time and time again to be of the highest benevolent energy. So they have presented here they have requested that I present this hyperspatial star cube. And I've often taken it to the Skywatch, and we give it out to all of the Galactic Earth Council members who are with me at Skywatch, and we gaze upon it. And what it does is it begins to activate the brain circuitry. Part of the work that's been happening through the Galactic Star Federation and the High Spiritual Council is to help to activate the brain circuitry, the neuron, the neurological base that enables us to have functioning in a higher dimensional field. So as you gaze upon this, and I'm going to play some intonations of sounds for you to take a breath and allow yourself to shift. You'll notice your eyes may move from line to line, point to point. And just take a moment to awaken yourself. Give yourself permission to listen and to hear and to feel and to know. And to invite your higher self to become present. I want to invite that part of you that comes from a different place, a different galaxy before you came to Earth. Notice when the eyes shift from one form to another. This is the movement of the wave pattern, the wave energy within you, catching these movements. From point to point is the vector. So this is a vectorious design. And now we move forward. Glory in the light of the Radiant One. Glory in the light of the Radiant One. Glory in the light of the Radiant One. And we chant this. It is a mantra that if you come in contact with higher intelligence and you say glory in the light of the Radiant One, it is a greeting. But it also lets them know that you're an awakened being and that you're ready to make contact. And so they have permission from the higher realms, and they work directly with the Radiant One. The Radiant One is their God, source, creator. And so yes, there is not a religion, but a respect. They respect that each and every particle that has been created in all of this particular Radiant One's universe, universal beingness of existence, has an expression and a function. They call that the formation of relations. And so because they're Their heart is devoted. They are in devotional service, devotional awareness, in a natural state of being. They have respect for all life. And I think this is a teaching that I'm going to be speaking on as the days to come. I am Aisha Celestine, Aisha Star, and I will be your guide on this journey and into the world of the star nations. And I was born into metaphysical families. These guides and teachers that I've had since I was born were masterful in interdimensional relationships with this dimension and other dimensions in a natural formation of how to manifest, how to work with the intelligences of elements, of rocks, of fire, earth, air, and then moving onward. And I'll talk a little bit more about myself, but I'm here to assist in the facilitation of Earth's galactic ascension. I'm so excited about that. I'm also author of this book, The Galactic Earth Council, Reintegration of the Earthkin and Starkin. And I just have to do this once, just put it through, because you see it goes, it's really in the spaces. So I had to just do that one time. The Galactic Earth Council book is co-authored. It is not only a memoir of my life, my 40 years, 50, I'm moving through 66 years on this planet, circling around the sun, but it also speaks into the Galactic Earth Council that has come with me. We formed this council on July the 11th, 2010. We have been together for 10 years, and we have had direct communication and relationships with these ultra-terrestrial beings. And I say ultra-terrestrial because we're on Earth and they were present with us. And what I found in my walk with the ultra-terrestrials, the immortals, and heavenly emissaries is that there are groupings that live here on Earth, and they prefer to be called ultra-terrestrials. There's a difference between alien, ETs, and ultra-terrestrials. Those of us who live on Earth are ultra-terrestrials. They see us as galactic consciousness embodied in the Earth's signature body. And so this book, the Galactic Earth Council, is a roadmap. It's a research book for those who are interested. And we had a transmission it was an energetic transmission where they gave me information and I typed out the encodex. And it's quite lengthy, but it's the history of Earth from the viewpoint of the ultra-terrestrials. It's very exciting. It's been edited by a university professor, and it has been acknowledged by a NASA engineer who found it quite interesting and is doing research with it at this time. So I would suggest that you might want to consider getting your copy. We will be reading from the book today at times, and so let us continue on. And I want to keep track of my timing. So here we are. I want to acknowledge the advanced Galactic Earth Council members who contributed to the book as well. Their writings are there. You can see the wide range of experiences. No one was abducted. We hold our sky watches in sacred union. My Native American, I'm Croatan, Iroquois, raised among the Hopi, the Apache, the Arapaho, the Navajo, and have been in council circles and in the keeper of the medicine wheel. And so when I stepped into this platform of the Galactic Earth Council, I felt it was important that we come together as a council in a sacred way, because my work is very, very sacred. So I want to acknowledge some of the staunch members who have been out with me for 10 years. There's our Deborah Giusti. I love you, Deborah. And we have Phoenix and Bhakta, I have my beautiful, beautiful Shaddad and Chelsea. We have Perry, who's on here today. There's Michael Olson. He is our belated beloved. And so there's Minnie. So we say, you know, glory in the light of the radiant one. And you can see the smiles and everyone is excited and we're all just elated. By the time we walk down the mountain after spending a night with our galactic relatives, we are beyond belief. And it continues in their life. This is heaven also with the hands raised with me. And as we continue, you can see the meetings along the way. This is from 2010 to 2020. We will be celebrating in July the 11th, 10 years. Now, each of our meetings have a theme and they have a focus, and each person brings their information to the circle. I do new people, you know, are initiated and brought forth, and the Galactics take their time to open each person in a way that they can feel the love flowing. They're so excited. They often say, you know, you're so brave because you went into this human existence. And we are spiritualizing and awakening the human consciousness and evolving them. And we've come to the point, we are at the point in which we can rejoin the galactic family. So that's what I'm here about. I'm so excited. I want to thank my star family, my personal family, for their total support through the years. Their Noni grandmother, she's a little bit out of space, but they love me. So I want to thank them. I want to thank Neil. Thank you, Neil Gar, and your team, Portal to Ascension, for having me come and speak today. We have Claudette Bowden. She does production management. She comes in and makes me beautiful for all of you. So I really want to appreciate her. And Lynn Ann King, who's on today, and she's helping with the chat room. And she's also a member of the Galactic Earth Council. So we have our members. And just want to thank all of the Galactic Earth Council members who are on the call today. Yes, we are moving forward, and it just keeps getting better. To all of you coming to our presentation, I bow in deep thanks. So we're going to move now to a little more heartfelt. Here we go. I want to introduce you to the High Spiritual Council and the Galactic Star Federation. Take a moment and breathe it in. Their presence, their energy. This is a picture that I took with my own camera, Nikon. And what was happening was we were having a sky watch, and you could see it's in the middle of the day. It was kind of dusk. They like to start at dusk. And they decided one day to not only create tremendous cloud energies, there's an interface between the radiant one, which is with nature forces moving around, and the High Spiritual Council. So you have that. They decided to trace out the silhouette of San Francisco while everyone was watching, especially a doctor. He decided he just couldn't believe. It was really wonderful to have those who are non-believers and show me and all of this, but gently and with great humor and love. He was looking at San Francisco to the south. They drew it right before him. What he was thinking in his mind as he was looking at San Francisco, and they had all these other, we had a lotus that day, they had lotuses and Buddhas, and it was a day of clouds and formations and beauty and grace. And finally he had to say, you know, I don't know what this is, but it is beyond what I know. And that was the glory. So here you have the High Spiritual Council and the Galactic Star Federation before you. Take one moment. So my intent is, as Neil spoke about, to tell you a little bit about my life. Humanity is evolving out of the high density consciousness, the dawning of a new day on Earth, a new era, not the new world. That's not happening. And all roads lead to the unified field. Yes, Earth's rising frequencies and septicles in adjacent dimensional fields. That's a very interesting subject. And advanced technologies, cosmic understandings, knowing your galactic origins, earthly and cosmic mission, understanding the ultraterrestrial starkin. They never left. Very important. And the high illuminated beings and the reversed ones. We're going to talk about the Simprath. I'll say it again. The Simprath is the divine plan of the Radiant One. And the High Spiritual Council and the Galactic Federation, and we now have recently the Star Confederation as Star Command. Now back in the 70s, excuse me, my notes just fell. Back in the 70s, 70s, 80s, when I started trance channeling, I came in contact with the Star Command, the Star Confederation. And what's happening is they have come back into my field and are working on portals opening. If you notice, there is a lot of portals opening. And I'll give you a really sweet one. They guided me to the trees because there's a lot of mechanical things going on. And they're saying, get back on the land. Walk up to a tree and touch it, because the frequencies that the trees are receiving, they are receiving it as well. And their consciousness is evolving. So I said, okay, let me go try this. And I went out and I touched the trees, this beautiful Lebanon cedars in front of my yard. I felt the strength and the power. It was so much. The leaves are taking in this cosmic energy and down into the roots. They had things to say. And so there is a circle of 8 Lebanon cedars, which made a portal opening. So I wanted to share that with you because you may just want to go out to nature and check that out. So we're going to talk a little bit about the reintegration process, the awakening, and remembering you are the children of the Sheshata, the Milky Way, born on Earth, but you are the essence of the stars. So I want you to tune in to your intent. What are you seeking to know? Because what it is that you're seeking is what you will hear. The forces are moving through me, and your spirit is receiving exactly what it is that you are seeking. So take a breath and just tune in at this moment. And I think I'm going to stop my sharing just for a moment. Let's see if we can bring me back, or maybe I can switch it over, make myself larger. Let's see if we can do that. There I am. Okay. And there, I'll just be a little bit large. I am Aisha, and I start with Aisha because that is my serious name. I am the emanation of Nephthys, twin sister of Isis. I am here to the Syrian gateway, and I have been here for thousands and thousands of years. This is my last walk among you. I will be there, but I am my last walk. In this lifetime, I have been across the river. I have been to the cities of light and to the places of beauty and illumination. It was my destiny. As I said, I was born into a metaphysical family of the highest degree, magic with a K. I studied and learned the metaphysics, esoteric, astrology, the hermetics, the alchemy. It was spoon-fed to me. I was groomed to become a priestess. And understanding how to move out of body into the astral planes to determine things and events that are happening around the world. This is what is occurring right now. There are many, many who have such strength and power, but they have been guided towards a lower path, which was not my path. I knew that I had come here for the elevation of consciousness. But I swore that I would learn the way. It was the only mystery school that I could go to be where I am today with you, galactic consciousness. At the age of 6, I had the near-death experience. I moved into the light. Through the light, I was addressed by 2 blue beings, although there was other consciousness moving around. And as I moved to this place, I was shown my life. And I could see every time you blink your eyes, every time you say, yes, I love you, but no, I don't really love you. But yes, yes, that's fine. Every time. And then I moved into the Godhead. As I moved into the Godhead, it cannot be spoken. Those that know don't say, and those that say don't know. So I want to just tell you that that has been with me my whole entire life. As I came back at 6, every circuitry that was within me was open. The knowing was clear, radiant glory. Yes, there are other levels to our DNA circuitry, but it took me years to master it, and I had to shut down portions of it to be among the humans, to be among you, because it was not acceptable. Even now, we are called woo-woos, but in truth, those of us who have advanced, those of you who have taken the time to advance yourself, you are the ridgepole around which our human race as a species is evolving and becoming prepared for the veil is lifting. We need you. We need your wisdom. Your wisdom is needed. Holding the higher frequency at all cost, that is where it is. So I came back and I lived my life kind of in hidden secrecy, you know, not really stepping out and trying to be, oh, I'm the channeler of this week. But I have respected deeply. And I moved into quantum science. I was an optician. I moved into neuroscience, photonic light in the eyes. I had my practice. I moved into the high mountains, guided to a place where the ultra-terrestrials live. How about that? Wow. We lived in England for a while, and I learned the the way of the ley lines. And so there I was in the deep forest, just searching out, and eventually I found the underground base. They lived there. The whole town understood that there was a lot of UFO sightings, but they didn't quite get it, that they actually had what they call a septicle. Septicles were created at the early stages of Earth, and this is where everyone lived. All of the galactic intelligences lived. No one lived in what they call the greening area or Earth. So I learned from them. I sat at the feet. The immortals appeared to me. I spent more and more time in the forest, and I understand why yoginis spend more and more time in the forest. That is where the action was at. And they shared with me. And you'll see, we'll talk about it a little bit more. But there in New Mexico, where I really became trained with the Native American, there was the atomic bomb testing. And I want to say this. This atomic bomb testing of our leaders blew open our matrix. The sky was ripped in half. I saw the dark side. There was no stars. And I saw the normal sky. This lasted for weeks and weeks. And there are people that have experienced that. I know there is. And eventually they may come forward to speak. And in this, the huge ships would come through. And as we're on the freeway, the big Studebakers and the Fords would stop moving. Everybody gets out, look at the ship, and then it would be on its way. They came to find out what was going on here. We let them in. They had to come. We were feeding our children DDT, opiates in our cough syrup, cocaine in our drinks. They brought the chemicals from World War II. We became the children of the chemical age. But what it did was that it mutated our brains. It made us awake, aware. And so we began to become those who opened the doorways to better health, to more conscious living. And here we are today. So I just had to put that gemstone in there. So I've had contact for 40 years, and we could talk more, but we're going to take a look now. I'm going to shrink myself down, back down. I hope you, I don't know if you had to do it on your own, but I hope that was there for you to see. And here we go. So moving up to the place of the illuminated ones and the high spiritual council, Galactic Earth, Galactic Star Council, we began to see the gateways, that people could go to the gateway, but they weren't quite ready to go through. And I've taken doctors, I've had starships come with us, we've gotten there, stargates open. I have images for you later. You get to see a real stargate. But for you right now, prepare yourself. Entering the gateless gate so that you may obtain galactic consciousness. I'm going to move you from that place where you are. You can see the measure of where you need to go. I'm sure all of you are far along there. And through my life, I'm going to show you little gateways that you can study, things and places where your mind can go to evolve. And evolution is a given by the Creator. Your first breath was connected to who you are, your function, and your quality. And that is unfolding. But yet, as you awaken to who you are, you then have some movement in that, because they call us star seed connections, the star seed. And we are star seed, we are human seed consciousness, becoming God self. So here we go. Your life journey into galactic consciousness. These are the gateways. Metaphysics, cosmos, study the cosmos, galactic intelligence, supreme forces, and all existence. The Kemetic Egyptian studies. I have Egyptian bloodline all the way back to Demenhor, Nubian, Kemetic. And so I got taught many of these, but you can't go wrong in going into the Egyptian mysteries. They teach you about consciousness, quality and function, the cosmic principles. These are things that you know. Even the Zohar, Kabbalah, you know, the Eastern studies, Middle Eastern studies, they all will take you and evolve your consciousness. Esoteric mysticism, the divine laws and principles, the quantum sciences, arcane symbolism. And I love William Henry. He takes you on the journey of that. And symbolism is the language of spirit. As many of you know, in Egypt they call it the neter, the neteru. And when you understand one symbol and you see it within all of creation, whatever it means in your heart, that is what is being spoken to you. And so symbolism of abstract dreams. So we can look at these different things. I could talk for many, many minutes on each one, but let us get through the esoteric arts and the ceremonial workings. And I'm going to keep my notes here so that I can be with you. And here we go. I want to keep up with my slides. Ah, yes. Here we go. Okay, so astronomy, astrology, keratology, geomancy, elements, mathematics, universal forces. The study of these things awaken your consciousness, genetic codes, physiology, sound, energy, frequencies. And this is the wave that's coming in now to understand sound, energy frequencies, because when you're dealing with reverse consciousness, that which is of the lower nature, it can, an antidote for that is to raise the frequency. So understanding, for instance, love is 144 beats per second. But what does that mean? The whole of creation is in love is embedded. That frequency runs throughout all of creation. And so how do we tap into that? I love you.
Hi there, everyone. This is Neil with Portal to Ascension, and I want to just take a moment here, just a quick minute after this video. Firstly, the video that you just saw is one of the many event productions that Portal to Ascension that I've created over the years, created hundreds of events, and now we have an archive that's kind of like Netflix for consciousness on our website. I'm just going to show you really quick how you can sign up right now and view and navigate hundreds of hours of presentations, many of them, most of them for free, and utilize the Portal to Ascension platform. So you go to the website, portaltoascension.org, you type in your name, email. Pretty soon we're relaunching a new website, so everything's going to look a little bit different, but pretty much the same thing. Go to the website, enter your name, email, click sign up. You'll then, within a few minutes, get an email sent to your sent to you that will have login information with a temporary password to log into the site. You then go to login, you enter your email address, the password given to you, and you click login. And this will take you directly into the back end of our website where you can navigate all of the footage that's available to you. And you can see here, you can type and start searching for a speaker, topic, whatever you want, true world history, William Henry, you can type anything over there. You can look at, you can browse by category: advanced technology, ancient civilizations, ascension, conference, conscious business, conspiracies, divine feminine, evolution of consciousness, extraterrestrial awareness, hot chakra, holistic healing, and so on and so on and so on. And then you can even browse by speaker here, and you can see on the right hand side starts with Adam Apollo in alphabetical order, and you can browse by each speaker and look at their videos as well. And the way it works is we have it all split up here: my webinars, which is where we are right now, my watch list, so you can add things to your watch list, watch later, and then documentaries, where you can watch documentaries, and interviews that we've done. All the presentations are laid out in the grid over for you here. All you have to do to watch one is click on it. And there you go, it's right here. We also have suggested webinars for you, the description, the speaker info, the speaker bio page. So it's really become a one-stop shop for consciousness. So if you want to check out the full presentation of what you just saw, if you want to check out any other of these presentations, or just have this place, this amazing resource for you that's a one-stop shop for all things consciousness, where we're not only do we have all this content and footage from the past, but we're constantly creating events and footage every single week. We do around 110 events a year at this point. 80% of them are online. So go ahead and sign up. Go to portaltoascension.org and take a look at all the amazing information that we have there for you.